Okay, so here we are. I've got my input shaft and drum out of my 2006 GMC Canyon with the 3.5 liter. It's a 4x4 as well. Anyway, so for the past 140,000 miles, I've been driving with the wrong input shaft and stator combination. As you can see, this stator here has provisions for the ISS, but it has a rubber plug. The hole does go through, and it's almost impossible to see it, but there's a hole down there in the sleeve. So this is the input shaft and drum that came with the truck and the transmission. This was not rebuilt previous. It came factory with the wrong, look at that, the wrong input shaft. There's no reluctor and there's no boss. Before they did the reluctor, there was a little machine spot here and they'd move the rings down. So, and I want to just make sure to repeat what I said. It came this way. I found no sign of a rebuild or replacement of any parts. Everything looked as if it was never touched. So, it's got 240,000 miles on it now. It's been in the family, so I think I started driving it when it had about 60,000 miles on it. When I started driving it, it had problems with park sometimes, reverse, it wants to go forward sometimes, and in neutral, it would creep ever so slightly. And then one day, I lost second gear completely and my coast clutch completely. So I just kept driving it. Just didn't have a choice at the time, so that's a different story. But anyway, so here's the differences. So this is for specifically, like the GMC Canyons with the 3.5 liter, I know, have this design. As you can see, it's a little bit different. This is out of a 2003 Silverado. So this is non-ISS as well. ISS wasn't started until I believe it was mid 2005. Yeah, July. And here we see these are the design changes. So here's July of 2005. And then if we go back a page, here's early 2005. You can see it's got the larger, it's got the larger boost valve, 2 springs on the apply valve, no changes done here. Then you get over 05, they went to a single spring, and they changed the boost valve, and that was February, March. And then go over here, July of 05, is when they did this on the sleeve. They did the provisions for the ISS here and here as well. And then, as you can see, the rings that were relocated back. And then further on, they put a plug, and that was 2005, 2006. There's no month date or anything. These were kind of mix and matched. Then we have everything together. So I looked with a scope inside and found the inside of the stator, the feed holes. You'll see where the rings were riding right in the center of each one of those. Well, not in the center, but just a little bit off center of those holes. So obviously, yeah, the circuits were getting mixed up. So another thing I noticed when I pulled this apart was this this ring here was completely trashed. I believe this is the, gosh, I can't remember now off the top of my head. Oh my gosh. I think it's the overrun or Coast. I can't remember. Anyways, that one was toast. These looked okay. But yeah, so I did a rebuild, and I didn't catch this until the second time around when I put everything back together and realized I had the same problem. Of course, I had fixed the second gear and my coast clutch and everything, so that all worked. But I caught it before it did any other damage, thank goodness. And that's when I discovered, yeah, all this stuff. So I just thought I would share this. So yeah, the GMC Canyons, the interchangeability, it's very specific with the 3.5 liter and the 4L60E. So just got to be aware of that. I believe it's a 245 millimeter. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that. But all right.